So I have played a lot of this game, been frustrated, lost, confused, and here are 10 things that I wish somebody told me first when I started Spider-Man 2. Let's get into it. This is going to be, of course, a story spoiler-free video, but I will be discussing different types of skills, gadgets, and suit tech that you will need in this game. So if you want to skip to a specific part of the video, make sure you check down in the chapter list below. And if you like what we do here on the channel, make sure you smash that like button and sub to the channel so that you don't miss more tips, tricks, and guides right here on Spider-Man 2. But without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, progression. Progression is the name of the game. It's one of the most important things that you actually need to do to even unlock the game itself. The game is going to throw you straight in right after the tutorial, and it's going to start throwing crimes at you and the main story quest. What you want to do is you might want to jump on the crimes so that you can get your level up, so you can get those skill points up. However, progressing the main story is actually going to slowly unlock all the different activities you need on the map. When you first look at the map, it's completely empty and you don't have anything to go by. So as you progress the main story quest, you're going to start unlocking all of the different collectibles and activities you can find in the world. For example, the Marco memories, the photo ops, the EMF experiments, the Prowler stashes. All of these are extremely important places that you need to visit in a game to do some type of mini game or quest and start stacking up on some of the key items in this game. So progress the main story a little bit just before you start to explore. Leveling up skills. You will level up hella fast in this game by doing the main story quests, as well as jumping around and doing some side quests and missions for different types of NPCs. Now, as you start to progress your character and stacking up on those skills, do not neglect these skills. Start applying these skills to everything and anything you can put your hands on. Miles Morales, Peter Parker have two separate skill trees, and they have a shared skill tree as well. So that goes for a total of 3 skill trees. Whatever you unlock on the shared skill tree is going to unlock for both of the Spider-Mans. So it's a good idea to start getting all of these first. But if you want to unlock specific abilities for like your favorite Spider-Man, make sure you go over to their personal tab, for example, Peter's tab, or go over to Miles's tab, so that you're not missing out on some of their insane abilities. You can also get more abilities by just progressing the main storyline. Some of the key skills that I found to be the most useful in this game so far are all the way over to the left. Bounce up, air swap, leap off, bounce, web swing, combo, wall, thrash. These are completely devastating and will really make the combat in this game a lot easier, so don't neglect these. Gadgets and combos. Speaking about combat and combos, you may have unlocked a whole bunch of gadgets in the game, but you don't necessarily know how to use them. One of the main things that you have to do in order to use any gadget is going to be to fight and start to build up a combo. The more combos you do, the faster gadget points you get, so that you can start utilizing the different gadgets that you've unlocked. Make sure you're always trying to apply the most of the combo, getting behind the enemy, kicking them up in the air, doing airborne attacks, and completely never letting up on them, so that you're always stacking up as many gadget points as possible so that you can use them throughout a fight. Slingshot. When you're traversing through this entire city, sometimes you may find it hard to get to one of the locations that you want to get to in a timely fashion. But if you go to certain rooftops that have this slingshot icon on them, then you're in luck. This slingshot location is actually a place where you could just launch yourself clean off the roof straight into the air. This is going to be one of the fastest ways for you to traverse around the game, so make sure you've unlocked the slingshot launch, which is the first skill that you have to unlock in the skills tree. Hop around to these locations and utilize this. One of the best ways to use this skill is to actually start off by using the slingshot launch and then instantly going into your wingsuit so that you can fly at extremely high velocity. Once you're flying through the air as fast as you want to, you can stop pretty quickly if you would like to by holding both the left and right trigger and or double tapping O to like dodge out of your momentum. I usually double tap O to completely cancel my movement, but using the slingshot is going to be one of the fastest ways to traverse this entire game. so make sure you get onto it. You will eventually unlock fast travel in this game. Fast travel can only be unlocked after you've collected a certain amount of activities and or collectibles in a specific zone. There's 14 districts in the game, and you want to make sure that you're completing all of the different activities to get these to at least level 2. As soon as you get to level 2 in a specific area or district, it instantly unlocks fast travel for you, which may be very important to do to get you across these large bodies of water that are kind of a pain to get past. Wind trails. Speaking of traversal, you may have seen these blowing wind trails and or gusts that go straight up into the air, and you might not have known exactly what they're for. These are for your wingsuit. You can actually jump into these circles and pull out the wingsuit, and you can fly from circle to circle to advance yourself throughout the map. When you see a gust or a vent that's blowing you straight up in the air, you can stand here, hold the X button and R2 so that you can launch yourself straight up in the air at a high velocity, pull out your wingsuit, and boom, you're good to go. It's kind of insane that Spider-Man has all of a sudden gotten the ability to fly like Superman, but hey, I'm not complaining, because without fast travel in the early game, this is clutch. Suit tech. Suit tech is one of the most valuable and most important things in the game, and you want to progress the main story as fast as possible so that you can get to it. The game is going to start racking up a whole bunch of bees on your face and beating you into the ground if you're not upgrading your damage, your health, and your Spider-Mans. So, once you unlock the Prowler stash through the main story quest, immediately go over to your Suit Tech tab, and let's talk about these next couple tips. The first tip on the menu is going to be focus. Focus is the most important Suit Tech tab you can actually have. You're going to need to advance this really far so that you can get a new focus bar. You can add up to 3 focus bars in Spider-Man 2. As well as you can actually start to increase your health, or you can get health back on perfect dodges as well as parries in the game. So make sure you're unlocking those skills so that you're getting the most out of combat. Health and damage. These 2 tabs are going to be extremely important, because the more you progress the game, the more harder things start to smack. And when things start to smack, yeah, you'll die a lot. If you're trying to die into all of these silly things in the game, then these are the places for you to be. You can unlock skills such as confidence boost and or rejuvenating parry, and you can only unlock one of these skills at a specific time. But once you've unlocked this section of skill, you can switch amongst them freely whenever you like to. I currently have the confidence boost skill open and equipped, but if I wanted to, I could switch over to the parry as long as I'm not in combat. If you're into the whole exploration and collecting and you want to see as many tech crates as humanly possible, then you want to advance this skill tree as much as you can so that you can go get those tech parts. Let's keep it moving. Speaking of upgrades, this game has 4 different currencies, so let's talk about it. You have tech parts, city tokens, hero tokens, and rare tokens. All of these items can be given to you from different activities found throughout the game, and Spider-Man always keeping a bunch of these tokens on hand to be used is a great idea. If you want to upgrade Peter and Miles' spider suits, then you're going to need to get as many city tokens as you can find. You can find city tokens by completing different crimes and or climbing to those rooftops and doing some photo ops. If you're more interested in trying to upgrade your personal characters, then you want to start stacking up on hero tokens as well as rare tech parts. Tech parts can be found from crimes, FNSM requests, and the EMF experiments, whereas rare tech parts can be found from the Prowler stashes. If you want to stack up on a whole bunch of tokens as well as rare token parts, you're going to need to do specific quests in the game. If you're kind of lost and don't know exactly where to find a specific item that you need, you can actually click over to it and hold the triangle button to show where to find, and it'll tell you exactly where you can get the parts that you need for your upgrades. For example, tech parts in crime, FNSM requests, and EFM experiments are all for tech parts. Rare tech parts are the Prowler stashes and much more. I have greatly appreciated you guys' support, and I can't wait to continue to give you more Spider-Man content in the future. like this one. If you like what we do here in the channel, make sure you smash that like button and sub to the channel so that you don't miss more tips, tricks, and guides for Spider-Man 2 right here. This has been your boy M of M6HD. For now, I'm out of here.